Today we're transforming a can of white beans into a hearty, nourishing, deeply flavored and easy to make Western Indian inspired stew. I know that's a mouthful, but it is so delicious. It is also budget friendly. Depending on what you already have in your pantry, it'll be less than $3 per serve. It's also very flexible. You can change up the ingredients, use different beans, use different spices. If you don't want to make it Indian flavored, I have some variations that I mentioned later in the video. We cook the stew just like we cook a chickpea curry, and then we're gonna make this amazing spiced oil, that's the tadka, with some mustard seeds, red chilies, and curry leaves. And all these flavors pair really well with the sweet potatoes and the white beans. And I have a ton of tips, shortcuts, and substitutions to make this easy to make. So let's make it. You just want a uniform dice of the onions so that they'll cook evenly. You're gonna chop the tomatoes evenly. You wanna chop the tomatoes small as well so that you don't have chunks of tomatoes in the sauce. Chop up the peanuts into just a coarse chop. We wanna crush the fennel seeds to release their flavor. So you can use a mortar and pestle. If you don't have a mortar and pestle, you can just coarsely chop up the fennel seeds. You can add more spices if you like, less spices, whichever spices you have. So these are Indian black mustard seeds, and they'll vary in size depending on the brand. These are like really tiny, and I like them because they just melt into the sauce. But even if they are larger, you can use those. And some Kashmiri chili powder. Kashmiri chili powder has this amazing color as well as flavor. And some ginger garlic paste. This is my hack to reduce all that peeling and chopping time. You can get this from an Indian store. These are also available on Amazon because they're shelf stable until you open them. I'm using white beans today. You can also use butter beans, cooked chickpeas. Any beans will work. Let's prep for a sweet potato. I often also use frozen, but if you wanna chop the sweet potato, this is how you do it. I like to keep the sweet potatoes small enough so that you don't have to blend them up later on in the sauce, and they're kind of, the same size as the beans, so they don't stand out too much. We're gonna cook down our onion until they're starting to turn translucent. We're gonna add all of our spices. That's the garam masala, the fennel seeds, and black pepper. I use much less garam masala than, some recipes because my garam masala is pretty potent. But add more for more flavor payoff as needed. Add a splash of water to reduce the heat of the pan. This will keep the spices from burning up. Then add in your ginger garlic paste. If you're using minced ginger and garlic, you can add that directly with the spices. Then I'm gonna add some Kashmiri chili powder as well, just to give it some color. Then add in your tomatoes and cook them down. Add a bit of water if the pan is drying out too much. And then you wanna mash some of the larger tomato pieces and keep cooking them down. Fennel seeds add this amazing flavor to the stew. It kind of adds some of the Western Indian, the Maharashtrian kind of flavor, along with the peanuts and the mustard seeds. But if you don't have any of these spices, you can skip them because there's plenty of flavor. You can just add more garam masala instead. Just gonna add some more tomatoes for the sauce and cook them down. Gonna add the white beans, sweet potatoes, add some water or stock, and then we're gonna cook this down until the sweet potatoes are cooked. Don't forget to add salt. You want to salt after every few steps so that the salt gets distributed in the aromatics, in the beans, in the sauce, and so on. It barely took like 9-10 minutes for these sweet potatoes to get done. Don't worry, the beans are not gonna get mushy in that much time. See, these sweet potatoes are nicely tender. Now we're gonna add some cream element. That's our yogurt. You can add some coconut cream, cashew cream, any other non-dairy cream. To thicken the stew, you can also add in some smooth almond butter or cashew butter. If you don't want to use yogurt or non-dairy cream, that will also add amazing flavor to the stew because there's already some chopped peanuts. The nut butter will only enhance that flavor and it'll be really delicious and creamy. Throw in the greens. Add in more water if you need. You can adjust the consistency at any time. We're gonna simmer this just for a few minutes until the spinach wilts, and then we're gonna make that amazing tadka. We want the oil to be hot enough to cook these mustard seeds. You can test with a couple, and they are starting to sizzle, so it's kind of ready. You want to cook the mustard seeds until they pop. Once the mustard seeds pop, they also release a lot of flavor in the oil, and that's another reason you want them to pop. That's the perfect temperature. Now you reduce the heat because you don't want the mustard seeds to just jump out of the pan. I'm gonna add some red chilies. Just break the stems off. You can also break the chilies into half if you want extra heat. You can see that they kind of puffed up a little bit, and you can start to smell the chilies. That's when they're done. Now you will put your curry leaves in. These are fresh curry leaves. You can get them from the Indian store, or you can buy dried ones on Amazon. Curry leaves obviously are an important flavor profile in this stew, but if you can't find them, just skip them and add 1 bay leaf and a squeeze of lime juice in the end. Now you switch up the heat and let these curry leaves sizzle for a bit, and let the oil cool down just a tiny bit before we add the Kashmiri chili powder. Now is the part you have to do quickly, is add the Kashmiri chili powder and then put this tadka into our stew. We're gonna toast some peanuts. If you're using roasted peanuts, you don't need to do that, but lightly toasting it will, warm them up and add amazing flavor. These are done. Smells so good already. Fresh herbs just usually add a nice balance to that thick, creamy stew. Just before serving, you want to mix all of these things in and serve so that that spiced oil will get mixed into the stew and the peanuts will add that nice crunch. So that is our amazingly delicious and easy white bean, sweet potato, spinach stew with Western Indian flavors. If you like this stew, you're gonna love all of these different white bean stews that I already have on the blog. The ones with Indian sauces are my dhaba chicken white bean stew. That's basically a dhaba chicken curry, but with white beans in it. Then the kali mirch white beans, which is a creamy sauce with lots of black pepper, and it's absolutely delicious. If you don't want to go the Indian route, you can make my white bean stroganoff and my white beans in rosé sauce, or you can make my Tuscan white beans. There are plenty of options. If you try any of these recipes, do let me know how you like them, how you serve them. You can use other beans in any of these stews, pinto beans, black beans, kidney beans. You can use chickpeas or lentils or even some crisped up tofu. Basically, there's plenty of flavor in the sauce, so pair it with any protein that you like. If you want to change up the flavors in this stew, you can make it like my sun-dried tomato stew. Add some sun-dried tomatoes in the sauce, omit the garam masala, add some Italian herbs in there, and instead of the spice, you can make this garlic spiced oil, add some sliced garlic into the oil and some chopped sun-dried tomato and pepper flakes. And that oil will add this burst of flavor from the toasted garlic and crisp basil and the pepper flakes, and it's going to be mind-blowingly delicious. It's so good. If you do try this recipe, do let me know in the comments how you liked it. And also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more easy vegan recipes, Indian vegan recipes, fun and creative vegan recipes, and so much more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.